easier. Okay, so where to find your content for social media? I have been speaking to, oh my goodness, probably 5 or 6 small businesses every single day for the past 10 years or so. And so this is one of the questions that I just get asked all the time. Where on earth do I find the content to do it on social media? And I've also been a social media manager as well. So I know where to find the content and how to make things easier. So we don't just post to post. So post with purpose. There's no point in boring our customers. Let's, just for the sake of, oh my gosh, I need to get something out there. So let's post with purpose. And that purpose is to get a return on investment for your time that you're creating this. So you're looking at building your brand, you're looking at building your business through growing your social media followers, and hopefully they'll turn into clients, or you're thinking of getting an actual return and a conversion on those posts. So we're posting with purpose. We're posting to connect with our people. We're posting to learn more about our audience. So it's a really good thing to post some things and do some market research and learn more about our audience. It's great to start a conversation. There's conversations, we learn so much about our customers just by having conversation with them. And we might go into the conversation not knowing what we're going to learn about them, but we might come out with some absolute gold nuggets that will change the direction of your business forever. So having those conversations with your customers are very, very important. It could be to get you leads. It could be to show your expertise in your particular field. It could be to drive traffic to your website or to your shop or to your events or to your booking or to your booking button. And it's absolutely to grow and build your business. So who am I? If you haven't met me before, who am I to advise you on what to do? I practice what I preach. I really, really do. I've just spent the weekend at the trade show in Sydney, and I live in Western Australia, so those night flights are pretty interesting. I have a skincare company myself, and I've just launched that, but I have owned bricks and mortar stores before, and I've owned e-commerce stores before and sold them as well. So I understand exactly what it is about building business at the moment. I'm not one of these people that will just tell you something and then expect you to do it without me experimenting on my own business first and then seeing what works and then giving that advice. I'm also a Shopify and Facebook partner. I've got my Bachelor of Teaching, Cert for a small business, lots of different things to allow you to know that you can trust me. And I, like I said, I practice what I preach, but most of all, I'm a mum to 2 teenagers. So what we're going to actually try and think of doing is reverse engineering your post. So you're thinking about what you're trying to get out of these posts. Like we were saying before, is it a conversation? Is it a getting to know them more? Is it a selling post? Have you set up your Facebook Commerce Manager so you can have those little shopping carts on your post so you can sell your product? So thinking about what type of goal you're trying to get out of the post before you even post it. And then thinking about who you're posting this to. And the easiest way to do this is to get your customer avatar very, very clear in your mind. And I know that you would have done this 100 million times, but it actually does change. Mine changed over the weekend, so I'm going to have to restructure everything I do now. Which is good because, we need to pivot in our business. I call it a dance, and we need to go where the growth is. So I'm going to just give you a little bit of information on the person who is my avatar. Now, I'm only doing this as an example, but every time I speak about this person, I want you to think about your customer, your avatar, your target market, your power of one, however you want to explain it. Think about your person. And so for my skincare company, it's for females who are over 35 or over 30 to 50 years young. They've got a full-time job because then they need to have that money to be able to spend on the product. They've probably got teenage kids, they're time poor, so I need to make everything very, very easy for them. Now, I just Googled the most popular name in this age bracket and came up with Jenny. So now every piece of marketing that I do, I say to myself before I create the content, is Jenny going to find this interesting? Is this going to be beneficial for Jenny? Is Jenny going to get the feels out of this? Is Jenny going to be able to buy this product? And so when I go through this webinar today, I want you to carve out that name, Jenny, in here, and I want you to put your customer's name in there. So this is just an example of how we reverse engineer these posts. What is going to be interesting for your customer? And then you can create that content. It's actually so much easier to do because you're not flapping about trying to find, content that's going to suit every single person in the world, because every single person in the world is not going to buy your product or your service. So think about, and again, carve out that little name, Jenny. This is just for your example. Think about your customer avatar. What social media platforms are they on? Do they spend more time on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn? Are they watching YouTube videos? Are they on Snapchat? Are they on Pinterest? So what sort of social media platforms are they on? And then you can take a step back from the platforms that they're not on. So you don't need to worry about the platforms that they are not on. And again, it's just taking that pressure off you to say, oh, well, I don't have to be on that platform because that's not where my person is. So let's just create content for one particular platform. What sort of websites do they look at? What sort of blogs do they read? What sort of podcasts do they listen to? And this is just asking your people. This is having a conversation with your people, perhaps doing some market research, perhaps doing some polls, either on social media or physically, and asking them what sort of things they like. What sort of shops do they like? This is very important. If you're shopping online, you need to know that your customers are okay with shopping online. If you're trying to access clients and customers that are very, very uncomfortable shopping online, it's going to be very tricky for you. So you need to make sure that your customers are there. And what sort of online platforms do they like? Some people are absolutely and utterly hate particular platforms. So you need to do a little bit of market research and find out which platforms do they like. Do they like op shopping? Do they like David Jones? Do they like a little bit of both? Do they like markets? Do they like, walking around on a Sunday market and, with their dog and grabbing their coffee and getting their fruit and veggies and being there? So perhaps that's where you need to have a pop-up store there. So thinking about the different types of shops that they like being in. And even the books and the audio books, can you tap into that and put together perhaps, we need to be social on social media. So if you know what type of books they like, you could reference those types of books in your social media. You could have quotes from those types of books in your social media, and that will really resonate with your customers, and that will help build that beautiful trust and relationship and friendship between you and your business and them. Okay, so we're trying to think about what does she want to know about. Now, I've got a few different webinars, a few different websites that you can go to have a look and see about these things. So we have a person here online now who is into golf. So if we go to a place called Answer the Public, there's a funny person in the background here, so just ignore him or her. And so if we pop in golf in this search, now you get a few free searches each day. So to be very, very specific about your keywords when you put these in here. So this is answerthepublic.com, pop in golf, and this gives you everything that people are Googling. And so this is giving you all of the questions that people are Googling about golf. Some of them don't make much sense, but a lot of them do. Okay, so I know nothing about golf. So it says, will golf wheels fit the caddy? why golf is bad for the environment. Gosh, I can't imagine that it is. But what you can do here is jump into here and you can say, where has golf began? So you can actually give some history about that. And if I was into golf, that would actually be quite fascinating for me. So we can jump into here and we can just grab the questions that people are asking about golf, and we can use that in our own social media. We know that we're using the words that people are Googling already. They're going into they're going into Google and they're actually asking these questions. So we know we've already tapped into the mindset and the words that our customers are using. And so we can come into here and we can say, which golf ball is best for me? You can say something like, someone asked me the other day which golf ball was best for me. So I suggested that day. So do you see how that's firstly tapping into your audience and what they are actually wanting to know? And secondly, it's providing them with some education, and it's very useful. So they'll be very grateful for that. And it's showing you as the expert in the field. And so this is just, it's fabulous. How many is here? 392. So basically, like I said, some of them don't make sense, but you could probably get about 200 questions out of there. So you could go on and you could do a video, videoing yourself, as that's perfect because video gets through the Facebook and social media algorithms better than anything else at the moment. You could do a video and you could just say, somebody asked me the other day about this, and you can answer that question. And then you could give a call to action, do you have any other questions that I could answer? And so that gives you more engagement on your page. And again, that's better for any platform. All of the social media platforms love you having conversations and people staying on their platforms. So giving a call to action at the end to say, do you have any more questions I could answer, would be a perfect situation in here. You could also use this as a social media graphic. So you could go into Canva and you could pop into the search question and answer, and all of the templates of the question and answer will come up. You could pop one of these questions into the little question box, and then you can pop the answer into the other little answer box, or you could answer it in the actual content. All right, so that is answer the public. All right, you could also do a Google search. So going straight to the source, a Google search, and once we go here, you can see all of the things that are coming up in Google. So these are the things that you should probably be talking about, because this is, again, what other people are searching for when they pop that word in. Alrighty. Buzzsumo is another place that you can go to find content that is ranking quite high and being shared and shown around the world. So when we go into a place like Buzzsumo, I'll show you how we do this. Again, you get a few free searches per month. Now you just pop in your keyword in here. I'm just popping in golf because there's somebody who has who jumped in this morning and told me that they've got a product about golf. Okay, now we've got this 5-minute fix. Not quite sure what that is all about, but what we do here, have a look at the engagement that it's getting on Facebook. So a lot of engagement, which is great. I would jump into that and I would find it. It's from the Washington Post. I'd jump in and I would find that, and I would see the comments in there and see if I can answer any of the comments. I would go in there and see what sort of article it is and see if I could possibly write a similar article based on that question or that content. So we're going into these and we're trying to find what other people are really, really what's resonating with other people. And then we're saying to ourselves, I could possibly do something like that. We're not copying what they do, but we're using this for inspiration. That's the same with BuzzFeed. We can go into BuzzFeed and we can type in into the top of BuzzFeed and we can say, okay, what are these people actually interested in? Could I create something like that? Okay, what does she want to know? So Google Trends. Now, if you pop in Google Trends, you can also pop in your keywords, and those articles can be sent to you, daily, weekly, monthly, and you can have a look at and see if something like that resonates with your customers. The other day, I had a little bit of a wait, 7 hours in the airport due to circumstances. And I just jumped into the news agency and I had a look at all of the headlines of all of the different all of the different magazines that were there. And because I really believe that if those print magazines are still doing well in the digital age that we work in, we really need to have a look at those and seeing what they know that their readers want. And then we can start creating some of that content on the headlines. Okay, this HubSpot blog content generator, even if you're not writing a blog, you can jump into here. You can add in your keywords. And then this is just an inspiration for you. So golf, expectations versus reality. You could write quite a funny blog on that, or you could create a meme from that, or you could create a little video from that. That would be quite funny to do, I think. Next one, will golf ever rule the world? I'm sure some people would like to think so. Next best thing in golf. So these are just giving you inspiration. Now you can also unlock 250 more blog ideas if you just give them your email. So nice and free. Now I do need to say I'm not affiliated with any of these companies that I'm showing you. They're just places that I've found along my way to get inspiration from that might be able to help you. Okay, one of the best places to go is to the actual source. So if you know that your people are on Pinterest, go to Pinterest. Go into the search bar, type in your keyword and see what is trending. See what people are hearting, liking, seeing what people are commenting on, seeing even the ads that people are using, especially for the bigger brands that have massive marketing budgets behind them. What do they know works in their ads? And you could even create that not as a paid ad, you could create that as a social media post. So one of the things that I do when I'm doing all of this is I collate. I save and save and save. So on Pinterest, you can have a secret board, and I've got secret boards that aren't available to the public, and I save things that I think are going to be great for my company, and then I can recreate them when I have time. Because I'm here working full-time here, I spend most of my time on Saturday working for my company and doing all of this that you do as well. And so I save all of the bits over the week that I see. So I'll screenshot things, I'll write myself notes, I'll even screen record on my phone. So I've got lots and lots of bits and pieces in my camera roll. And when I sit down, I've got, a Pinterest board I can get inspiration from. I've got all of my screenshots and things over the week that I've said, okay, I think I'd like to try doing that. Or I think those colors look great, or I like the font on there, or I like the wording on that. Now I don't copy it, but just using that as inspiration. I encourage you to do this because often we don't have time to sit down every single time we see that inspiring piece. And when we try to go back and find it, it's gone. It's social media moves so incredibly fast these days. I don't want you to waste your time trying to find it again. I've done that numerous times. So this is how I just streamline that process. I take screenshots, I take little screen videos of things, collate them all, and then either get rid of them, because sometimes I look at it and say, why on earth did I like that? Or say, oh, that's really cool, I'll try and create that myself. So when we're going into social media, having a look, like I said, at all of the different places that your people are actually on. See what's trending in those areas. Have a look at the popular hashtags in your niche. So that's on Instagram and TikTok. Have a look at who your customer follows. So if you're in a particular, particular area, if you're in a golf area, you can actually have a look and see who those people are actually following as well. Have a look at the comments and see if you can find that questions to those answers. That's a really good thing to go into Facebook groups. So if you're in a Facebook group that has a following with that particular niche, people are asking questions all of the time. Can you actually go in and answer those questions, making you the expert in the field and getting your brand, your business front of mind? Or can you just take those questions and can you say, someone asked me the other day, and this is what I said to them. Okay, so we're going to the place where they are at, and we're starting that search with your keywords. And joining the Facebook groups and joining the other groups that your client will be in. And so starting to listen to the language that they use in there as well, and using that language on your social media. And then finding the most watched and listened to in your niche. So there's a few things I can tell you about that. Finding the watched and most listened to in your niche. So there's a way that you can do this on Facebook that's very easy. I was mentioning before that video works very, very well. If you go into Facebook, if you go into the top search bar and if you type in your word and then go to search, scroll down on the left-hand side, this is on a desktop, scroll down the left-hand side and have a look for videos. Open up all of the videos that have that keyword in them from your niche, and you'll see that all of those videos, there'll be, some of the videos would have been watched 1 million times. Find the videos that have been watched a lot, watch that video to see if it isn't a competing brand or if it actually resonates with your brand. And then underneath is a little share button. Click that share button and it will save the link. Now go back into your page, your Facebook page, and copy that link in your Facebook page. That will automatically bring up that video. So that means that you have acknowledged that you haven't created that video, somebody else has created that video. Now we do that, 1, because video works better. 2, we know that video has already worked on other platforms because it's got 1 million views. So that's one of the easiest ways that you can create content that you know is going to work for your people. One of the easiest ways you could possibly do that on Facebook. You can write in there something, along the lines of to do with the video and what you want to say, but you've actually acknowledged that person in the video already. Now I'll tell you a little story about TikTok. So like I said, I practice on all of my businesses before I come and actually teach you guys anything. And so I started building on TikTok a year or so ago, just to learn the platform, figure out what was going on. I did this exact thing, find the most watched and listened to in your niche. So if you know anything about TikTok, you can duet. So there's a video on one side and you on the other side, sort of talking about the video. So what I did was I went into my niche, I looked for a hashtag that my clients would be looking at. I found the most watched video, and I looked at it to see if it was okay, obviously. And then I duetted that on my page. That went viral. So that was the easiest way of creating that viral video, because I know that that first one has already been proven to work with my people. All I did was duet it, which is a feature you can do on TikTok and some parts of Instagram now, but you can do that on TikTok. So you have their video there, you're next to it, acknowledging and talking about that one, and then straight up you've got content that you know resonates with your people. And it obviously got proven to work, because it was the first one that went viral on TikTok for me, which was fabulous. Okay, so this is what I said before. So start creating files, saved files of your most popular content. So you can come back and you can get that at any time. Okay, so looking at your business from your customer's point of view. So what does your person need to know about your business? Do they need to know your business story? Like I said, on the weekend, I went away. Now, my business partner and I have been building our business after hours for an hour meeting via Zoom for the past 1.5 years. We've never actually physically met. So we actually met on the weekend for the first time ever. So that's a cool business story that we can share. And so people have loved to read that backstory about what we've been doing through COVID. We haven't been able to meet, but we've actually built that business. So people really love to know a story about your business and seeing the personality behind it. So they want to also know why you came into the business. Now, we don't have to get very, very personal here. You choose how much you want to show about your life online. This is all your choice. Okay, why you chose that product to sell or the service to sell, and then making it something that they can share with their friends. So for an example, if I'm sitting in a coffee shop and you walk in, I want to be able to say to my friend, that person does that, and they can help you. And it needs to be that simple. So we need to try and tell our story in such a simplified way that they can say, oh, that person does that. Now, that little tiny story that I told you about building my business, if I was to walk into a coffee shop and you're sitting across from your friend, and you can say, oh my goodness, she just met her business partner on the weekend. She's been building this business for 1.5 years and they only met on the weekend. That's how simple the story needs to be. So really trying to nail that elevator pitch or something to make it very, very easy for other people to share your story so that they can become your brand ambassadors. Okay, so we need to educate your person on your product or your service. Where can they find you? Are you online? Are you on eBay? Are you on Amazon? Are you a bricks and mortar store? Do you have a pop-up? Do you have a market? Do you have an event? Is there a booking link that we can find you at? Where can we find you? These are all posts that need to be in your social media. These are all your first up, basically, posts. We need to know about your business. We need to know how to find you. And we need to know about your product and your service. You know your product or your service better than anybody else. We need to know about that. And it's your job to be able to tell us all about that. How do we use your product? How do we store it? How do we clean it? Where do we put it afterwards? How do we feel after we have go through your service? Do we need to drink lots of water after we come and visit you? Do we need to, is it a system that needs to happen after your product or your service? Okay, then telling us about the people that you're working with. Now, you might be an absolute and utter solopreneur, so one person, but I'm sure that someone gets you through your coffee during the day. I'm sure that there is a supplier that you have made a fabulous friendship with, and you know, they give you the post bags. Do you go down and send things? So you've got Australia Post or Sendle or whatever you've got on your team. So thinking out of the box there, we don't actually need to talk about our staff here if we don't have staff, but we can talk about the people that help us in our business. Okay, you can even talk about you being here today. This is you helping yourself growing your business here today. So showing behind the scenes, social media is meant to be social. It's not just sell, sell, sell. So funny videos, bloopers, mistakes and how you overcame them, hurdles, obstacles that have happened in your life. Packing products, people seem to really, really love seeing products being packed at the moment. It's quite interesting. Perhaps you've got a new office space, a new room, and you're going to set things up. This can also be online. Perhaps you've just got a new look for your website. Perhaps you've just got a new cover page, even for your Facebook cover. So, you know, behind the scenes, seeing the setup of things. Blogs, newsletters, newspapers and magazines. Like I said, going into the news agency, going to the supermarket, having a look at those magazines. Those print magazines, I'm amazed that they're still around. People buy them so they know what they're doing in a marketing sense. Have a look at the headlines and seeing if any of those resonate with you. Have a look at blogs that do very well. Have a look at newsletters and newspapers that do very well. If you've got a product on, if you've got an actual product, okay, it doesn't have to be on Amazon, but Amazon's the biggest e-commerce platform in the whole entire world. So let's just start there. If you've got a product, any product, I encourage you to go into Amazon.com, type in your product, and then go to bestseller. Scroll down to the questions and then answer those questions on your own social media to make you the expert in your customers' eyes. I'll show you how that works. So this is just for the NutriBullet. So whatever your product you've got, just pop it in there. Now, I'm just going to scroll for a while, so you might need to cross your eyes. Cross your eyes, close your eyes. Just scrolling all the way down. Okay, so these questions, how much can you fit? A whole apple, tomatoes, cucumber bits, and how does it compare to juicing? That's a really, really good question that you could answer. So pop your product, have a think about your product, have a look at the best seller in your product on Amazon.com, and then scroll all the way down to these questions. So these questions are people are asking. You could just go into there and, like I said before, create a video of it, or you could use this as a question and answer graphic. It's such an easy way to find your content. Now, if you have a service, you can do this through a place called Quora.com. So if you go into Quora.com, exactly the same, type in your niche, go to the questions, answer those questions on your own social media, and that makes you the expert in customers' eyes. And it just completely stops that writer's block that you may have. Now, let's remember it needs to be social. You can share some of those fun videos the way that I showed you, the way that I said to you previously. You can share some funny memes. Now, we're not copying, we're not screenshotting and pretending that these are ours. We are acknowledging the source. So just say, gosh, I saw this fantastic meme from, and I thought I'd share it with you. So you're acknowledging where it's from. Often they've got their little social media handle on there anyway. Or you could share it directly from their page to your page. I like sharing things like that for my stories, just so I can keep my stories sort of ticking along in the background. I often share funny jokes into the stories because it doesn't look good on my social media feed. but it keeps my customers entertained and it keeps me entertained, to tell you the truth. You can do quotes, you can do inspiration, you can do really cool tips, you can create a Spotify playlist for people and you can encourage them to download that playlist that you've created specifically for them. So we could do lots and lots of things in here. Always acknowledge the source. Canva is your graphic design program that you go to create, good looking pictures and good looking templates for these things. So if you haven't jumped into one of my Canva workshops previously, I do encourage you to do that. It will make your life a lot easier. Or not even just mine, just jump into Canva itself and have a look through there as well. Whatever it is to make your life easier. Okay, user-generated content, UGC, user-generated content. So your customers are your biggest marketing for you. Word of mouth, them going to their friends and saying, oh my gosh, look at this, I've just bought it, it's fantastic. That person saying, oh, wow, I really want one as well. Them buying it, them telling their friend, have a look at this. Them going online and taking a photo of it and saying, oh gosh, I just found this as well. So they're your biggest brand ambassadors. So it's your job to make that easy for your customers to share and to get that word out there for you. So if you want to see how this works very, very easily, have a look at #Airbnb. They hardly ever need to create their own content. All they do is ask people to #Airbnb when they're taking their holiday shots, and they can absolutely find, they've got thousands and thousands of photos that they can then share on their social media. So nobody owns hashtags, but you can encourage people to use your brand hashtag. You'll get you can go into that hashtag and then you can see that other people are using your hashtag to show, and then you can use those photos. I would still acknowledge the source, and it's nice to tag them back and so that they can see that you've done it as well. So one of the ways that we've done that in the skincare company is share your videos and pictures on your socials. So I've asked them to tag us and we'll message them with a discount code. So firstly, they tag that. So this is twofold. First, I've got people that can create that social media for me and they're tagging me and I can use that on my social media. Secondly, they get a discount code, which will hopefully have a repeat buy. So that's a few different little techniques in that little sentence there. Okay, just a pro tip. A couple of months ago, I'm not sure if it's the same because I don't really want to look into it too much. The algorithms will pick it up, but little pro tip, #accountant on TikTok was sex worker. So just be mindful that you need to check those hashtags and see if they're appropriate for you. I was working for a holiday, quite a large holiday place where I live, and we were hashtagging the place where they were, and it ended up being a nude beach in another country. So just do some research behind your hashtag first before you ask people to start hashtagging your business. Testimonials and reviews, videos work absolutely best. So with your testimonials, if you get Google reviews, I want you to remind yourself at least weekly to take a screenshot of those and then use them on your social media, or copy and paste them and create a testimonial out of that. Those testimonials can then go into, they're on your Google, they can go into your website as well. So as a slider on your website, or you could even have a dedicated blog page for your testimonials, and that so that you're constantly updating that, which is Google loves you constantly updating your website, and that will probably have your keywords throughout it anyway. So if you know about SEO and keywords, that will help Google find your website. So testimonials, reviews, absolutely gold. If you've got Trustpilot, if you've got any of those types of automated review systems, please use them in other places. So if you've got the review on Trustpilot, copy and paste it, pop it over onto your social media. If you've got heaps of eBay reviews, copy and paste those and pop those onto your social media. So spread them out into lots of different places. It builds trust in your business. It's so important to do this. It really is. Getting those testimonials and reviews are quite tricky. They're quite hard to get. In Australia, we don't tend to review very much unless it's bad, unfortunately. So getting those good ones are your gold. They're your word of mouth. They're your online word of mouth, which is the best form of marketing that you could possibly get. So please make sure that you are harnessing those testimonials and using them on your social media as well. Thinking about all the different days that you can do, you know, having a look at, have a content calendar, and you've got your special days, you've got your holidays, you've got your seasons, you've got all your events that are happening around your business. So starting to have a look at your annual content calendar and say, okay, well, I can do a post about, you know, we've just started a Mother's Day special, so we can actually send it before Mother's Day. So I knew a month ago that I needed to organise that discount code. And so it's just to have those set out for your social media. It makes it very, very easy for you to plan your social media around that. Okay, so where can we find content on Facebook? We can go into the videos, like I was saying before, copy those links of the videos that work, and it is actually in your niche. Don't choose something that's completely off-brand. It will confuse your customers no end, and it will be hard to actually get them back into your system. You can go into the groups, you can answer questions into the groups, you can have a look at competitors. Why not have a look and see what everybody else is doing? You may actually go into the competitors and say, there's no way I'm going to do that. I don't like that marketing technique that they're doing, which is great, because then you become a lot more solid in your ideas of how you want to market. But with the competitors, you might say, oh, gosh, that's a great idea. I might actually write that down perhaps for next year, or perhaps for another time. So we're not copying exactly what they're doing. We're just getting some inspiration. Okay, so you've got where to get these ideas, and now what you're going to do with them. So I've mentioned Canva quite a few times already. Canva is your best friend. It really is. It makes creating your posts so much easier. So this program today, this webinar today, is brought to you by Digital Solutions and Business Station. So if you've not jumped into this program already, I really, really encourage you to do this. Now, I'm a digital solutions advisor, and Business Station is a non-for-profit organisation. We've been given a grant by the government to help small businesses like yourself. Normally, we charge quite a decent hourly rate, but at the moment, you can get myself or one of the other experts in the team to help you with any of your digital marketing. So I specialise in social media and e-commerce, but there's other people that specialise in email marketing or accounting or cybersecurity or strategic planning. You know, there's experts that are very, very specific in their field, as I am, and you get to speak to those for 3 hours one-on-one about your business and where to grow your business. So 3 hours one-on-one, and then 4 hours worth of workshops and webinars for only $44. So that's not $44 per 7 hours, it's the whole entire lot for $44. So it's an amazing, amazing opportunity for you to grow your business and head in a direction and just get some help, to get some support. You are eligible if you have an ABN in WA, Queensland or Northern Territory, but I do know people that are borrowing ABNs from those states from friends so they can get into this program, because it really, really is a good program. you do need to be having a business registered as a for-profit business. If you've registered as a non-for-profit business, we do have facilities available in Queensland for you. So just get in touch with us and we can see what we can do to help you along. And you do need to have fewer than 20 full-time staff members. My name is Victoria Ewan. If you want to have me as a preferred advisor, just pop my name in there. Otherwise, you may have an idea of who you want as a preferred advisor. Pop that name in, and you can have a look at all of our bios on the website as well. And or if not, just leave it open and we'll try and fit you in with the person that's going to help you best. So if you haven't registered already, it's businessstation.link/register. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and jump back into here and just see who is here. So we've got a few more people that we have that are here today. So we have Around I live in Perth and online prime care support services. Fantastic. If you just wanted to pop in here your business or any questions that you may have, we can have a little bit of a chat about that today. Any questions from the webinar that we've just been through, or any burning questions about your social media that I might be able to answer while we are here? Or just popping in and saying hi. I wonder if most of you are on the Digital Solutions program already. I think some of you are. I've been recognising a few names. Oh, okay. So if everyone is happy today, yes, Lakshmi, that is such a beautiful name. That's okay. Sorry, it was late. That was the one on Thursday. Yes, I got a notification this morning that they were cancelling the one on Thursday. Okay, magic personalisation, the affordable uniform shop. Fabulous. Whereabouts are you based, or can we just get those affordable uniform shops? Can we just get them online? Okay, Anika is coaching people close to recovering from burnout, now moving towards group coaching. Fantastic. Cool, cool. Whereabouts are you based? Online, and our shop is in Gosnells, Anika's in Brisbane. Actually, Parlo designs online fabrics and indigo workshops in Cairns. Oh, lovely. Excellent. Good stuff. Cool. Okay, so if nobody's got any other questions, I'll just stay online for a little bit longer just to see if anyone's got any questions there. Oh, also, Lakshmi, that was recorded, so that recording will be sent out to you if you've missed the beginning bit. Let me know. Yep, no problem at all. Cool. Okay, wonderful to have you all here with me this morning. I really appreciate your time that you've taken to grow your business and to learn a little bit more about it. It's tricky sort of doing these things to really learn how to grow our business. So hopefully you've gotten quite a few ideas out of that. And I really, really wish you every success in your business. I love, Anika, thank you so much. That's good information. I'm glad. I love watching small business grow. I really, really do. I got goosebumps. I get very passionate about seeing other people really thrive in their business. Great. This recording will be sent out soon. It needs to go to admin. They need to edit it and tweak it, and then it comes to you. So hopefully within 72 hours it gets to you. Okay, Lakshmi, contact you later for a chat. Awesome, great. I get to say your name a lot more. Geez, I love it, it's awesome. Okay, thanks. We'll catch you all at another time, and hopefully we'll speak to you very, very soon. I'm glad it was interesting, beautiful, excellent. Okay, best of luck, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you.